Hello, and welcome. My name is Michelle. I am your emotional resilience coach, and today we're going to talk about narcissists and special occasions. So, what do I mean by a special occasion? It could be anything. It could be your birthday, it could be Christmas, it could be a New Year's party, it could be a work celebration, it could be anything where you go, you have a good time, the attention and the focus is maybe on you if it's your birthday or an anniversary. And the problem comes in that it is not on the narcissist. And so the narcissist plays up. When I was growing up for years and years and years, for many years, I had a real problem with Christmas and more particularly my birthday. Now, the reason being is come around that time of the year. Now, my birthday is a month before Christmas. So from November to Christmas time, what would happen is there would be a lot of drama in my house. It would intensify. It would be worse than ever. And I noticed the pattern. And I remember saying to my mom one year, what is it? Why is it that it is so bad at this time of the year? And she didn't really have an answer for me. And I was to discover much later that basically narcissists need the attention and the focus on them. If they don't have it on them, they will find a way to bring it back to them. So they would create stories, they'll create drama, they'll pick fights, they maybe become overly emotional and overly sad. I have witnessed this at quite a few birthdays through the year. I have been at places where people have shown up badly, or people have been particularly withdrawn and sulky. They have somehow been in a negative space, be it either angry or sad, but it is consistent with them. It's not just a case of a once off every now and again. It's every special occasion. It's every Christmas, every Easter, every New Year's party, every birthday. They just become otherwise or more difficult than usual. And the reason why they do this is because they absolutely hate having the focus taken off them. They can't stand it that the attention is put somewhere else. They need it brought back to them. So they are not beneath making up a story about how maybe they have a stalker boyfriend who has cropped up out of nowhere. Or maybe they will tell you that they're really, really sick. A couple of years ago, I had a client whose mother all of a sudden had a brain tumor because everybody was focused on somebody else in their life who was going through a difficulty, to only later discover that the mother didn't in fact have a brain tumor. They will go to all ends that they possibly can to get the focus and the attention back on themselves. Remember, a narcissist has this deep gaping void within themselves that needs to be filled. They have no idea how to fill it. They just know that it's there. They feel discontent continuously, and so they seek out of themselves. We all do, to a certain degree, seek out of ourselves to fill that, but they seek it in other people insofar as they make it that person's responsibility. It becomes everybody else around them responsibility to make sure that they are okay, that they are doing all right. And if you're not giving them attention, they will do things like faint at a party, or all of a sudden get really angry because somebody allegedly said something about them. They will always cause a scene, and they will make these places and these times and these occasions that are supposed to be special, that are supposed to be about joy and celebration, somehow about them. And they are really, they have an absolute art to it. There is a knack. There is no place they won't go to make sure that they get the attention that they need. So what can you do? Awareness is key. Be onto it. If a narcissist is somebody in your life that has to be there, maybe they are an in-law, Maybe they are somehow related to a best friend, or there's somebody in your life that you tried to cut out but you can't completely cut out. Maybe you share children together. There is some reason why your lives are still intertwined. Or maybe you're just not sure you want to get out of this relationship yet. Our reasons, there are so many reasons why we do the things we do and show up the way that we do, including having narcissists in our lives. And maybe it's not completely in your control, but you know that something is going to happen. Something is going to come up. There's a beautiful event that's going to be, and this person is going to be there. Just be aware that this is what they are doing. I have one or two narcissists that are very minimally in my life, but every now and again our paths have to cross. Sometimes it might just be in a work case scenario where you need to be somewhere and you know that they're going to be there too, and you know that they're going to somehow make everything about them, and they're going to take the focus off of whatever you've done well, whatever you've succeeded at, whatever you are getting attention for, and they're going to bring it back to them. And it can be absolutely exhausting. Even in times of having a new baby, in times of loss, narcissists are funny people. They can't stand it, and they are masters at turning these things around so that everybody is looking at them. Just be aware that this is what they're doing. This is what they're looking for. Be curious about what they're doing, why they're doing it, and what they're hoping to achieve, and have your boundaries. Where possible, where in your control, don't have them there. If you are having a birthday celebration and there's somebody in your life that is narcissistic and it is in your power, just don't invite them, because you know what is going to happen. If you have no choice but to have them there, brace yourself for it. Try and minimize your contact with them as much as you possibly can. And when you have no choice but to be there, just take a deep breath and pick your battles. Fighting with a narcissist, you will never ever win, because a narcissist will go places, say things, do things that you would not be prepared to say and do. Humor them, smile. What I do is I say, wow, it must have been so hard for you. I'm so sorry you went through that. It must have been really difficult for you to have that experience, right? And then you're able to move on. Find ways where you can take your power back, where you can have your own back. And it is so important that you have boundaries around your time, boundaries around where you're going to put your focus, boundaries around what you're going to allow into your space. If you can't cut it out, minimize it, your interaction with a narcissist, as much as you can. If it is a special event that is coming up, just prep yourself, brace yourself, and be aware that the narcissist is somehow going to make this about them. Minimize your contact with them as much as you possibly can. And if you have no choice but to be around them, humor them if you're able to, or smile and wave and move on past, because engaging a narcissist is an absolute nightmare. I hope that this has given you some ideas, some thoughts, some tools. Please do come over to Instagram, say hi to me there. Please do hit like, the notifications button, subscribe, and as always, I love to hear from you. Have a most empowered day.